Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.
Okay, so let's just quickly finish this last session. So when you talk about the challenges, as we talked about it before, there are all the challenges between them and joining your program. So usually the topic challenge is themselves. The challenge before that is they don't take action. So is related to time. The challenge before that is they do the wrong choice. They don't know what to do. And the top one is they don't know what they don't know. And you have to speak to these challenges. So you don't tell them you don't know that you don't know. So you say you don't know what peace mind is and what are the steps about it, and because it's outside your scope, so you can talk about it. Okay? And we will revisit the challenges next time because this is the second half. Remember, we have spent like four consequent
Okay, you're gonna have to.
meetings.
What's below challenges again? Don't know what they don't know. What's the next one?
They don't know what to do. They do the wrong things. They don't take actions on time, and themselves. And there are other challenges. That's like if you sell mastermind groups, they don't hang around the right groups. They don't ask the expert. So there are so many challenges. So if we
Do the wrong
understand,
things do what's the one? Do to what?
is they don't take action
Or
on
don't
time.
take action. Okay.
Time. So if I want to offer you something right now, you don't buy right now. You wait. That's right.
And you what? The
Wait.
last one?
You. Last one's you.
Sorry, like me as in the presenter?
No, you the audience.
Okay.
The audience is the biggest challenge. Number one challenge between them and your program is themselves. They don't want to sign up. That's right. Okay.
You have 5 here.
Yeah, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what to do. They do the wrong things. They don't sign up on time. Is you. And we will talk about these challenges more next time. Okay? Saturday. And Saturday you should be able to practice more as well. Now, what is level 2? And then you have your offer, and the offer is actually section 11, I believe, of this book, which is a complete different topic we'll talk about. But I wanna, before the offer, I wanna share with you the following. So this is level 1. Okay. Now, what we do in level 2? In level 2, we bring a story to each one of these info nuggets.
The power of the story is level 2.
Yep. So you bring a story to each one of level of the info nuggets. And you bring a testimonials to each one of the challenges, except the last one. So you doesn't have a testimonial. Because you are the one who will give me next testimonial, that's right?
So they have the problem with you, or they have a problem with connecting with you, or what would be?
The topic challenge for them, number one challenge between them and joining your program is themselves.
Oh, okay.
So if I stand here, I say, what is the top challenge for me, for you to join my program? Is you. You are the one who doesn't want to make decisions. That's right. So people themselves are the top challenges for themselves, are the enemies of themselves. So if you have, this is for 20 minutes or 90 minutes presentations, you need 3 stories, personal story, 4 testimonials. Okay? So for next time, you should, for each one of you, and sometimes actually, you can insert a story here. Where is the hook? Sometimes. It's a function of how much time you have. Okay? Does that make sense? So when you stand at the token level 2, what you will say? You will say a hook. You will say the info nuggets with the story. You will say that now I will talk to you about the second piece of information of the story, then story, then your personal story, then the testimonials. Okay? How this story is structured? Same as your personal story. Pain point, defining moment, happy outcome. So any story must be pain point, defining moment, happy outcome. The pain point should match what? Should match the pain points here. So if you have 3 pain points here, you can have 3 information nuggets about one each about the pain point. And you should give an example of somebody having the same pain point and what happened to them. When they used your program, they recover. Or when they talk to you, they recover. That's right? This means what? It means I seed the offer here. I seed the offer here. So seeding the offer means these stories will talk about somebody who came to you and they used the program. And this is the second minute or the first 2 minutes of my talk. I'm giving an example of somebody who joined my program. It means you expect what at the end. But I will talk about what.
So it means what?
If I come here and tell you a story about somebody who joined my program and were able to overcome the problems, it means that I will talk here about what? My program. That's right? When the story is about somebody came to you, take advices from you and join your program, people now expecting what?
Us to talk about the program.
Is it natural or is it overselling?
It's natural.
Okay. That's why at this level, when we talk about is this a selling presentation or information nugget or education in presentation? This is what?
Selling.
Sorry?
Selling.
Selling when you know the structure. Because when I know the structure, the testimonials here is saying what? My program is the best. My personal story is saying what? I am more competent than anybody else. The top challenges are top challenges for what? To join my program. These people having stories of overcoming problems with what? With my program. So this is 90% selling. The only piece of information is the title and the agenda. And even the hook, I'm telling why the world need my program. Okay. Whoever does not know the structure, how they will receive it.
They're going to see it as an education event
With so many
with
examples.
an expectation of where do I find the program
Yes.
at the end.
So when I say this is 90-10, 90% education, 10% selling on the receiving end, but the delivery is 90% selling and 10% education, because the only education part here is your agenda and your title. The rest is what? How good is my program? I'm showing examples of people recovered by my program or achieve happy phase by my program. I'm here sharing testimonials of how people are using my programs, right? Does it make sense?
So basically, you're uncovering their fear, or you discovering other stories that they're getting their attention.
Yes,
Leading
and
to-
telling them you are not the only one. And telling them, guess what? If somebody has the same pain, he found a solution through me. Okay? Does it make sense? So the homework for next time is you should make stories, which is, I believe, section 8. You should, for each one of the information nuggets you are giving, you should be able to craft a story. Okay? In section 8, we start with why you are telling the story. So you should articulate why you are sharing this story with them. Like 97% of people fail in business in the first 5 years, and I'm sharing with you a story of someone who were able to avoid this failing, to show you that it can be done. And then you tell the story. And the second section of the story is who are the characters of your story, is to help you out figuring the story. Then you talk about what's the pain point of your story, what is the defining moment of your story. You can make it 3D, and what are the happy outcomes of the story on the back page. So do you agree to pick up time in next week, because we are meeting again on Saturday according to the calendar? Do you agree to be able to craft at least 3 stories in the same structure? Each one of the story is a stool. 3 legs. Pain point, defining moment, happy outcome. And you should better craft your personal story. Like, you should be able to put more words and just craft the story. If you do this exercise, by the end of 2 weeks from now, you will have a presentation which should sell. You can go and practice this presentation at the time and see what reactions to it. And you feel confident, you feel it's your presentation. Okay?
So at the end of the presentation, what's the offer?
We will talk about it. The offer is number 11, and they will talk about, we'll spare 1 full day, maybe 3 hours for the offer. Because the offer has to be structured in a way. The structure is in section 11.
Is that like a package, or is it
It's a package with benefits, and you articulate the features. So leave the offer when we have the offer. Like, just focus on the top one. Now, how do testimonials look like? Is there a difference between a testimonial and the story?
Yeah, that's one of the from the people that like a one word or one sentence. Or
Yes, but the story is about what?
Very similar. What problem they have. So.
Okay, so the difference between story and testimonial is testimonial, the people talk about themselves, and the story, you talk about them. So testimonials also should be what? Testimonial should be pain point, defining moment, happy outcome. So if I come and say Michaelia is good or Marcel is an awesome, it's not testimonial. Marcel is the best business coach I ever met, is not a testimonial. Testimonial is, I was struggling, I didn't know what to do, I exercised so many resources, I went through different coaches, and guess what? I met him in the bar, he looked nice to me, he talked to me, I feel confident, I joined his program, and I worked with him for 2 years, and after 2 years I followed his instructions, and I was able to triple my income by 5 times. This is a testimonial. But saying that Marcel is good and he has the German accent and he's from Germany and he's a friendly, open, approachable, this is not testimonial. This is something else. Okay? So when you pick up testimonials from your audience, from your customers, you must ask them in a form, what are the pain points? What are the struggles? Why did you come to me? What make you come to me? There is nothing better than just saying, I was referred to you by so and so. because this means even much better. It's not only you are good, it's somebody else also is referring you customers, right? And what did you achieve? So when we do testimonials recording, we have the questions, and people come to video and they answer these questions. We cut our questions, and you ask, would you mind just answer it in full sentence? That's it. We cut our questions and we record the answers. And people will keep coming because this is the testimonials. But join this group and they are fun. We are not in fun business. So if you don't have such a testimonials, reach back to your audience, to your customers, and send them a questionnaire and say, okay, can you articulate this? And they get their permission to use their name and face and they craft the testimonials. Or you craft the testimonial using this approach. One paragraph articulates the pain point. The pain point should match which pain point? If they don't match this, it means what? Misalignment. There is no creativity here. Because you know what? We go to someone, oh my God, she asked me for testimonials. I want to help her. I don't know what to write. So, what? Don't let her panic. Just write it for her. Write your pain point.
So you've got the questions ahead of time?
The questions are very straightforward. What struggles you've had before you meet me? Why did you come to meet? Why did you come to buy my service?
Right.
And what results did you achieve with my program?
Okay, that's good.
Any kind of wording around pain point, defining moment, happy outcome will work. Because we have this point. People will come to us and say, oh, I need to write testimonials. Oh, she's good. He's pretty. He's good. He's good. He's helpful. All of these are not relevant. What's relevant? What struggle did you have? Why did you select me? How did I help you and how I impact your life? The happy outcome should match what? The benefits. Okay? So there are lots of checkpoints you can make through the way. And remember, the product sheet for the program is different than the product sheet for the seminar. It's different than the product sheet for the website. It's different than the product sheet for your book. Because each one has a benefits different. Each one has a feature different. So if you want to get testimonials for your seminars, it's different than testimonials for your program. So if I want to build a website, launching your seminar, advertising your seminar, I need testimonials for what? For the seminar, not for the program. Because people should come not aware that you have a program. Because if they will come and know that they will be sold, they will not come.
So question again, what struggles did you have? Why did you select me?
What result did you achieve, or what benefits did you get from my service? Or how did I help you? Any of these questions to capture the happy outcome. Okay? So remember we had this line when we talked about the offers. Remember when we talk about this leading to each other. That's right?
Mhm.
So I am here in the presentation. I want them to join what? To join this program. I am getting testimonials about what? The program. That's right? Now, a different scenario. I have here a landing page or a website for them to sign to the seminar. Testimonials here will be about what?
Benefits of the seminar.
About the seminar. It's educative. I learned from it the challenges. I had more clarity. It's a very well spoken. Did you get this? Okay. The business card here. You want to talk about the business card? You need testimonial for the business card. If you need a testimonial for the business card. Okay. So if you understand this line and as a point of contact or an event of contact or different activity you do, you now can segment and understand. So if I'm going for somebody for one-on-one meetings for 1 hour, I need a testimonial that I'm not wasting his time. It's a full informative. The management will get immediate clarity and results to help them going to the next level. And I love the next level because it's vague. Because when we be in the elevator having the next level, we don't know what to expect when the door will open, right? So taking your business to the next level is a vague. What's next level? Okay? Do you get it? So please, when you go around and listen to other people, ask yourself, try to figure out what they do and why they talk about. Majority of us will have a website here, and the website will have a price. We'll even have a list of our program. You keep asking me like, where is your program? My program is somewhere on my website, but it's not achievable for people because I like to get 80% of my guys in this way, through my seminars. You are actually parachuted in the system because usually people will come through the seminars, the workshop, and then will come into the program. So none of the people around here will ask the same question. Yeah, so is this actually part of a program? Is this a program? Because we don't get people in. I usually don't allow people to get in without going through the right, to help them out. Because when they come through the right process, they are ready. They know what they are getting themselves at. When they join, they don't cancel basically because they know this is good for them. Okay? Is this right or wrong? I don't know. It works for me. There are always exceptions of 20% they can parachute it inside. Sorry to use the word parachute, but it was always a favor to parachute somebody in a specific topic. But shouldn't be the 80% normal course of doing business. Okay?
This shouldn't.
Be the normal course of doing business. Because when you parachute people here all the time, they will not be ready for it. If I don't go through a 20 minutes presentation, I wouldn't be ready for you. I wouldn't know that you are the best fit. So we can spend 1 or 2 sessions together and say, oh, it doesn't work for me. Because it's not what I was looking for. Okay? So any questions on this sequence? So I focus today on the top part. Next time we will focus on the bottom part. And then we will focus on each one of these levels. And I promise in the end of the 2 weeks, we can go to level 5. I will show exactly how you can tailor it at the different levels. Okay? Any questions? Take it home, digest it. Remember, there was a color exercise of the 4 colors. When you want to make sure your message will go through, you pick up 4 colors and you start to make sure the colors are existing in all of your wording, all of your language. And please, when you go usually to different events when people present, that's right? Mm-hmm. Can you critique them between you and yourself using these measures? Yeah, go around and you will find that the only ones who really sells are the ones who are using something similar. There are 4 sequences that we are aware of. And when you talk about the sequence from here, nobody will understand the structure if they are not experienced. If they did not take it the same way I explained it, nobody will be able to figure out what to talk about. I had an individual one time came to me and said, wow, it's amazing, you have testimonials, it's a good idea, now I will add testimonial for my presentation. I told him that's great. 2-3 days later, he came at another talk, he said, yeah, this is a great story, I will take it. I said, this is great. Take my story, I have no problem. Because my story is about my system. And then after 4 or 5 times, I told you know what, you should come here because I want to show you one thing. What I'm doing is great, I'm doing it. It's the system behind it. Why do I share a testimonial about acupuncturist? Because I have acupuncture in the room. Why do I share testimonials about massage therapist? Because I have massage therapist in the room. Why I share testimonial about a business coach? Why I share testimonial about life coach? So if I don't have life coaches in the room, will I share testimonial about a life coach? No. So I did not tell you the full truth when I told you you need 3 stories, your personal story, and up to 4 testimonials. Because in reality, you need about 200 of those.
Mhm.
Because whenever you have the audience, you should match 2. And your PowerPoint slides will be what? As generic as possible if you use PowerPoint. And we will talk a little bit about PowerPoint. If you go to the last page of this particular workbook, which is page 19, I believe, we will talk about the layout of the room. We talk about lightings, microphones, slides versus flip charts, support staff, clock, dress forms, and there are others we can talk about, which is the last page. So this should cover all under 14 and 15. This should cover almost everything you are doing. Okay? Does it make sense? So let me grab 2 extra points for you here, just to make sure you understand. So what will happen after you finish your program here? We will talk inside the offer about proactively overcoming objections. So usually you have Q&A. So why do you need to have Q&A? Question and answers.
Prepare people.
To who first will ask the question? You on the stage or the audience?
No.
No.
You answer your control.
You on the stage ask the question, and you from the stage do what?
Give the answer.
Give the answers. Will you ever ask the audience any question? Never.
Yeah.
Never.
You open a can of
Don't
worms.
you ask them yes questions though?
You
Questions
ask
with-
the maximum questions they can answer is yes or yes, or they raise their hand. That's it. You never ask. You weren't there when this lady came in. She was very, very, very well knowledgeable lady from Switzerland, I believe, or her husband is Swiss, and she's doing reflexology. And suddenly somebody will ask her about the different type of reflexology, where you actually twist the nerves, not the muscles. And she said, "Oh, I didn't know about that." And then one other lady from the audience said, "Oh yeah, no, I heard about this, and there is this book, and there is this. Who is now the expert in the room?
Yeah.
You on the stage or the answer?" You don't ask people question to answer. You are-
an expert.
You are in control. Now, if you ask them a question and they say, "Oh, Daryl, yeah, you know what? I read this book and this book and this book, and Claude here wants to join your program." What Claude will be next step is to join your program or to find out about the books I know.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want people to come to give you their emails, not even give you money, just follow up on Instagram. You shouldn't give them alternatives. You should not. We will talk about quotation. You should not quote somebody alive who have a similar program. You must not, because if I'm a $50,000, $100,000 a year paying for you, will I pay you or I pay Tony Robbins or Les Brown? Which one I pay? I will pay you or I'll pay Oprah if she has similar program. You don't stand and say, "Oh, and I learned this and this from this, and I work with this particular coach. She's an awesome lady. She helped us doing this, and she gave me all of her knowledge. And I am $100,000. I can afford $100,000 a year. What will I do? Will I come to you in Calgary, or I will go to Florida to learn from the other coach? What you answer me, guys? What I will do as a high paid client to you? So this is exercise. We don't do it when we are tired. We don't do it when we are not in the mood, which we never should be out of the mood, because we always should be able to manage our emotion. But if you don't feel like it, stay home today, don't come. Say, "I'm not coming for the presentation." Because this is exercise. When we do it, we have to be on our heels. We have to be alerted. We have to pick up which language. Remember, we talk about the colors. So when I say the story should match So any story or any of this information should have a component of dollar, component of relationship, component of time delivery, and component of process. That's right. So each one of this information, you are dynamically know. I want to talk about information one. Information one means 1, 2, 3. Now I have feelers here. It will be this. How do you feel about it? Now I have thinkers here. Oh, you know what? This is how people think about it. Not feeling about it. How do we know? It relates. I will share with you some of this knowledge. So this is not an exercise you do it when you are tired, or out of the space, or out of mode, or not centered, whatever language you want to use, where we actually, there are techniques that we will never be in this stage. We will never be out of alignment, will not be tired. We can always control who we are to be able to deliver and excel in this area. So there are ways to overcome objections proactively. And then what will happen when you get down and you meet people one-on-one? Because at the end you tell them, you have the form, give it to me, and I'm here at the door. People will come to ask you a question. So you will need to talk about overcoming objections, and our overcoming objections was part of this course. If you remember this course, selling and closing deals, we have here 183 different objections. So objections like, I need more time to take a decision. What you will do? What you will do? Somebody come to you and say, I need more time to make decisions. I cannot sign up right now. What's your answer?
That would be my answer.
Yeah, this is good because I want to share with you the rule, and the rule number one of the rule is what? Learn the rule and break it. So what? Any other answers?
I know how you feel. I felt the same way. I saw programs similar to this, and I wasn't sure what the decision, but when I analyzed, everything I went through the day, it was becoming more apparent that I was stuck and I did need help. And I was just prolonging getting help, not making my decision.
That's an excellent answer. Is there any answers? Any different answers? So one of the
Yeah.
one of the perfect answers for this question in particular, or this
Marcel
objection,
got the perfect answer.
No, an add-on for yours.
What?
it's an add-on. Yeah.
And there's a money back guarantee anyway, so you're not getting into trouble if you sign up today. You have the 30 days.
10 days,
trial-
3
10
days. We
trial
will not
period.
process your. Okay, so let's just. This is where we want to get to because some of us will go and copy from others. We don't know why they do it. So when somebody come and say, "I need more time," or I want to talk to my wife, or I'm not sure this work for us, we need more time to make a decision. If you don't have in your offer a money back guaranteed, you will not be able to overcome these objections. Because overcoming the objection from language perspective, exactly what Mike said. I know how you feel, and everybody, many of my customers felt pressures to buy. However, we are not pressuring you here to buy. However, we did not. You are stuck. Whatever language Mike used is awesome. And what you will augment this with is, and I will advise you to sign the form, or let's together sign the form based on a couple of things I will explain to you later. And by the way, you are not charging your card right now. We'll charge in 2 days. If you call me, I will cancel it. And we have a money back guaranteed. So it doesn't matter. You go talk, and we can. But the price is for today only. And you cannot get the same promotion any other time. The minute we close the door, the game is over. You don't say the game over, but the game is over. So when people come and say, do we have to say the guarantees? Do we have to give money back guarantee? Do we have to give free trial? It's a free trial. You just sign up today. You'll guarantee your seat. You have a seat guaranteed, and when the seat will, and they will not charge you for the first month. Yes, you must have something like that because these objections, some of them, talks about that. When somebody come and say, I don't have, it's too expensive for me. or I'm actually comparing it to another program, it's great. You know what? Everybody feels the same. They should make the decision. You are responsible for your decisions, and you want to be more collecting more information about our competitors. However, you sign up today to lock the price in because this price is not for every day. And go shop the other programs, and you can cancel anytime within the first month, within the first 10 days, or you can actually come for, or you know what, I'll give you a better offer. You just sign up today, I will give you a complimentary 30 days trial to have a better comparison by attending my program and the other one to make good for you at no extra cost for you. You invest there, I am happy, you can come, you can tell me, give me one promise that if the other program is much better than mine, you come to me and tell me why it's better than me. Otherwise, I will collect your money in the next week, in the second month. Now I'm doing few things. I'm collecting competitive, intelligent information from insiders, which is something you will pay money for it in a regular course. Okay? Does it make sense? So we are here at the start. Don't overwhelm yourself. Come back with the stories on Saturdays, and let's continue. Any questions for me, or any other final thoughts from you guys?
Well, actually, we're gonna do that. Last week I got a coaching Pat and I offered her money back guarantee. And then she signed up for like 2 months and I gave her 1 month for last month.
Yep.
Before when I had a client, the other guy said he needed help, but he said he didn't need help, but he didn't have no time. And I told him it would take 3 months because I've worked with people like him before and I know it takes 3 months. And he wanted to do it in 1 month. And so I offered him the 3 months and he said no. And so I just said, forget it, I didn't want to deal with him, but I would handle that differently, obviously. Back then, I didn't handle it as well as I'm willing to handle it better.
Did your gut tell you that? That's good. Is
Well,
that a gut feel to say, I don't want to work at this point?
yes, because
Don't listen to it.
he wouldn't listen to me. He told me he was an MBA, he told me he wanted to be a consultant, but he couldn't answer the questions I asked him. And then I asked him to give me a value statement of what he wanted to do, and I gave him a month to do it, and he didn't do it. And all I asked him for was one sentence. So I called back and said, oh, I gotta go shovel with snow, but I gotta do this. And then he said this, and like, I don't think he was working. I think he was at home with his wife's house, and then he told me I knew somebody that he knew, was his wife, but he didn't seem motivated. Like he wasn't coachable. In my mind, from what I've been programmed for other coaches, he wasn't coachable. He said, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this. Yeah, I have 30 days, I have a business partner, we're going to do this. I'm like, that's great. He's like, oh yeah, I've worked in all these cities, I have all this experience. But he wouldn't listen. That was probably because the words I said, but I know because I helped somebody before who was an executive who wanted to be consultant in Calgary. And he was a pretty high level person that took 3 months. And he had more experience than this guy, and this guy wanted to do it in 30 days. So I just let him go.
Believe me, I fired somebody and I refunded 3 months worth of money.
Okay.
I fired somebody
I feel better now because I didn't.
because I
Yeah,
actually
that's it.
refund him. Like I said, like, you know what? We have to be out. You have to be out.
And then
So-
he came back to me and said, it looks like we're not going to work together. And I didn't tell him, but that's what was in my mind when we had our first meeting
Yeah.
because I showed him my references, I showed him the program. And a week later, he goes, well, I don't think we can work together. I said, okay. And I just shut up. I didn't, okay, I guess we can't work together.
You are lucky because you spend time with these people and then basically.
And it was frustrating because I asked him, specific CEO executive, I said, call me at 1 o'clock on Friday. He never called at 1 o'clock on Friday. I called back, I got his voicemail. He called me back, didn't leave a voicemail. I called him back, said, oh, it was slipping snow. Buddy, if you're an executive, I asked you to call me at 1 o'clock on Friday. Call me at 1 o'clock on Friday. He's like, were you testing me? I'm like, yeah, of course I was testing you. Like, these were certain expectations the executive had. You know,
It's exactly what we remember.
on
What,
Monday, I want this statement done, and I want to see if he'll do it without charging me anything. I never charged him anything. I asked him, he never did it. So how is he?
yeah,
doing
now
it? Not
charging
motivated.
is very important because when people put their mouth where their money is, they are serious about it. So in my journey, what I found out is when people actually start to pay money, even little money, they will start to be more committed and come. And this is what something blows my mind. But I love what you said because remember when we had this exercise early on, and every time we come, I ask a common question like, oh, so why we shouldn't come today, and then people will say wrong answer. Said, no, guys, we just came through the course, so why you don't say feel, felt? Why you don't say I agree, and you acknowledge, and then you advance it? Like these techniques, it shall not be a sales technique. This shall be a lifestyle.
Right.
This is the same way you answer. You answer your kid, you answer your because when you know this material and you say it at the same level of, at the same tone, it will not become superficial. People will feel like you are connected to them. Okay? Isn't that good? Okay, so see you Saturdays, and make sure you have the stories so you can practice on Saturdays. So you should be able to practice till the end of your personal story. That's it. You should be able to come here 5-10 minutes each, and you should be able to say, my hook, here's the information nuggets, maybe 1 or 2 information nuggets, and the title, and here's my personal story. Will this work for you guys? Will this work for you?
It would. You use, like, I'm confused about what role I'm playing here.
You will come next time, you will just stand up here and
Yeah.
tell us your hook,
Okay.
your info nuggets, your personal stories,
Yeah.
title, and your stories, title, and my personal story. That's it.
Yes.
And then after we do this exercise, we go back and work out on the agenda, challenges, and expand on the lower side. Okay? So if we do this, and then the next 2 times we cover the other quadrant, you should be able in 2 weeks have a signature talk. You can go practice it, you can go share it with individuals and get their feedback, and then we can take it to the next level. Okay? Any questions? Was it useful today?
Yeah.
Was it useful?
Very.
It's always useful.
Copyright 2017 Win Your Brand. All rights reserved. This video is subject to copyright owned by Win Your Brand. Any reproduction or republication of all or part of this video is expressly prohibited, unless Win Your Brand has explicitly granted its prior written consent. All other rights reserved.